Break through allergies with Telfast 5 benefits in one tablet. It works in 1 hour. Telfast is non-drowsy and it's effective.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. mind work backwards just for a minute. I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember.
A lot of legends have come before me. This is my time. But I know they
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's up? It's me, Key here from the Tech Reloaded Gaming. Sorry, this is my very first, Discord, my very first podcast. Thank you for coming on, and it's not supposed to come on. Let me change that. Anyway, this is my very first podcast that I am actually doing on my YouTube channel. This is very first, actually. I have actually done a few podcasts. Actually, I've done my very first podcast very early on, but I did not have any success into it, and actually I failed in the original podcast, and I didn't want to do it again for the next few years until recently. So as of right now, we are just going to discuss a few things. Like, I have already listed up in the topics right here. As you can see on the screen right now, there's a black screen right there. It's supposed to be something else, but as of right now, there is some discussion going in the background. So so I'm actually going to add in a few members from the Discord server that I joined. If you guys want to join in, I may add you guys in. I'll put a link down in the description. If you guys want to join the Discord server that I'm currently in, it's free. If I can get an approval. If not, then yeah, I apologize for that. Anyways, let me get you guys. Okay, so basically, let's talk about three topics right here. First one is there any issues with Taps on the Top right now, as of right now? Because there was a lot of issues that was actually discussed in the chat about a few days ago, and it has been ongoing for quite a while. And as of recently, New Risk actually added a few items that I think not many people were actually very fond of. When the first Tap Sonic Top came out for iOS only back then, it was pretty underrated and no one knew about the game until New Risk actually advertised the game, and it blew up. It's like everyone's like, oh my god, what is this game? This game looks very interesting, and so on and so forth. So basically, it's like really something that that someone actually would like to play, because there was a lot of songs that were actually exclusive to Top before New Risk actually added a lot of respect songs into it. And yeah, it was kind of like a song selection that is actually from the previous game series, like the Portable 2, Portable 1, Classic Quiet, and whatsoever, and all the series. It was classic. All the songs were all the songs was very good, very classy, and very original. Until a few months back to a year ago, New Risk actually added a lot of the respect song, which I kind of like, okay, why do you do that? I can see it as a business type of thing, but actually, everyone has seen it from a mile away. They would see that coming, so it was something that that someone would see it actually. And there is a lot of events going on currently in the Top itself, and the most recent one was a new character, a vocalist. I think it's a vocalist, it's from a vocals section. Apologies. It's called Sue. It's a rare character basically. And it's actually a slight it is a slight character. So she has a cooldown time of 14 seconds. Her skill is Prick Up Ears. I don't know why. And she has a vocal bonus of plus 47 if you, of course, level her up to level 40. And with the recent adding of the paid Sonic, so there was actually two types. There was only one type of Sonic back then, where you don't have to pay, you don't have to add on your own currency or whatsoever. You can actually earn the Sonic credit pretty good, pretty easily back then, way long ago, and it was actually a very fun thing to do. It's like you can just earn Sonic pretty quickly. You can earn coins also quickly, and someone actually brought up the issue with Top right now is the insane chance of getting 4 stars and 5 stars from gacha. Yes, definitely. That's one issue that that a lot of players do face with the current Top series. The current game itself is the level 4 and 5. So I mean, yeah, let me. Okay, sorry, I was reading something off the chat, and I will just turn on the chat for everyone to see, and let's get my Windows. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so I'm still let me get this straight up. I'm still very new doing this kind of podcast. I've watched a lot of podcasts before. Like I have one YouTuber who I still watch to this day. I watch his podcast for an hour or so, which is Linus Tech Tips. He's a very popular guy. So small text, but hello podcast. Apologies for that because yeah. I will try my best to really get it fixed in the next series. So in the next episode of any of a podcast, if it's going to be on, because yeah, as of right now, it's pretty small. I don't know why, but in my OBS it's pretty fine actually. Yeah, let's let me get it fixed. Should be. Yeah, it's pretty small. I will get it fixed for that. Yeah. Anyways, I'll fix it in the next podcast when I got a chance, and I'll do it offline probably. And another issue with as for my own preference, everyone has their own preference. Anyone in the Discord can also chime in and basically share what's the issue. Another thing is that back then when the game was still very new, getting a high score was actually pretty easy. Getting good scores was also really easy. Getting A, S, or S plus was quite easy back then. But right now, when they added new characters or whatsoever, it's pretty difficult to get it's pretty difficult to get new ranks. So it was an issue. To me, to other people may not see that as an issue. And another topic that some people brought up was actually wrong chat. My bad. Was the VIP system that someone brought it up? Let me just do I couldn't find it. Dang it! I should put it in the list or something. Anyways, yeah, actually, someone actually discussed. Yuki actually brought up something about Yuki or Terrabius brought up the VIP system so I'll say someone else also brought up the trading system. Actually, the trading system is, to me, to be honest, is a pretty good thing actually, because you would want to like trade characters with your friends or whatsoever. I mean, with your spouse, with your friends, with other online players. So, I mean, it's a good thing to have actually, but I mean, to some people, yes, it is an issue. Some people may not like it. Some people may like it. It's kind of like it's like something that not many people look into it. And yes, actually, scores are easy to get if you maximize those 3 idols into their full potential. Yes, actually, you can. And also, I actually wanted to bring up one issue with Top, but I couldn't find what is the issue. Let me bring up my game, and it's going to blast my ears anyways. Nah, just joking. Okay, so there is of course a few issues, and also with the recent recent shutdown of Muse Maker. Rest in peace, Muse Maker. I used to play that game quite often actually. It's a very fun Muse Maker. And Persona, sorry if I'm going to butcher your username. Anyways, Star Trading System can cause chaos. The best players can get the stars too easily by paying through their nose in the free market. Yes, okay, yeah, I can see that I can see that as an issue, but I don't know. I mean, to me, I don't see an issue, but yeah, I think for some players they can see that as an issue. And but yes, the best players can get the stars pretty easily by paying for the Sonic itself. Actually, in the game itself, NeoWiz actually advertised the package. There was a few packages that you can pay to get all the stars pretty maxed out instantly. So yeah, I mean, if you're gonna play in GP, if you're gonna play in a GP or if you're gonna play as a rank, that is something that NeoWiz should also look into, because it's kind of like cheating, but it's not really cheating. But yeah, I don't know how does NeoWiz work into that kind of the payment system. But Mood did brought up pay to win. Yeah, it looks like kind of like a pay to win issue. I mean, back then when Talk was just a single player with the consistent of being online, yeah, back then I think there was no GP or whatsoever. It was just purely single player based games. But now with they have added a lot of things with the Lucky Box, sort of like, what was that game? There was that retail box game that if you just put in money, you would just win whatsoever crap. It was all over the arcades actually. When they first pop up out of nowhere actually. I couldn't remember the name, but yeah, it was something. But as far as I remember, EA was actually fighting against the loot boxes of well, NeoWiz doesn't have any loot boxes right now, but yeah, I mean, with this kind of issues, I can see why some players are up in arms with this issue. Yeah, I want to brought up something I couldn't remember. Damn it! Oh my god! And also, they also brought in a few new artists actually, like Noah 2R and is it Junkie? Oh, couldn't remember the artist, man. Oh, sorry, Sinmoru plus Cranky. They're pretty good. They're pretty good artists in terms of the songs, but it kind of differs the game as an original song or whatsoever. It kind of like differs away from what the DJ Max series used to be, and yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, actually when the game first came out, I thought it would be just purely original songs, because I love games that are being with the songs are being original and not outsources or whatsoever. But yeah, I mean now I see a lot of artists coming. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that it's bad for them to come in, but I mean, yeah, I don't see the game as an original anymore. It's not like it's going to be an original game. Like, it wasn't built from the ground up whatsoever. But yeah, also when the game came out, there was a lot of hackers coming in. I mean, yeah, apologies. Yeah. Yo, what's up? You're in the podcast, and you should remote. Like I say, I'm new into doing a podcast, so I'm just trying my best doing this. I mean, like I say, anyone can chime in and have some their own opinions, like on the chat right now. Yeah, second thing is yep. Okay, second thing, any upcoming DLCs for Top and the TWC? Actually, there is a few. Actually, I think Newbies announced about the TWC in songs coming up, but it's more like an event base. Yeah, sort of. I got no idea. I have to look it up, man. Anyways, in the next news, will show this slide. Nintendo stocks goes up after Bowser suddenly blew up. I mean, it was something. It was something that I think everyone saw this coming from a mile away. What was it? It was about the. Let me get. Oh crap! Yeah, my OBS kind of crapping out today. Anyways, Nintendo stock actually went up by I don't know how much, from 44.64 to 46.61. Now this is sort of like something new because I think there was an artist who actually drew this character. Someone I think suggested something, and they came out with this. It's pretty cute actually. And Shigeru Miyamoto freaking out. Oh my god, that's it. I'm sorry? Okay, so let me adjust my mic for a bit. Sorry? Okay, let me do my check. Hello? Mic check. Anyone can hear? Yeah, like say I mean anyone I can hear fine, yeah. Okay. Okay, let me get my Discord fixed. Yeah, okay. Hello there. Okay. I think yeah, that'll be a great idea actually, but yeah, actually it's good. Let me. Oh shoot! Oh my god! What am I doing? I'm lost in the distance. Okay, so let me bring back the topic of this one. The Nintendo stock went up. So yeah, it was being blown out. Actually, there was a lot of pictures going out about this, and there's other factors as well. But like, of course, with the Fortnite fiasco with Ninja being elected as the very first esports by ESPN, it was so big that I think one community personnel didn't like it at all. So and there was a lot of controversy about this as well. Sorry. Oh, okay. There was also other characters that was actually being drawn, like the ghost. What about the character who the ghost, and also there's one who did the. I couldn't remember what was it. Bowser, yes, Boozy. I can't pronounce it. What is Boozy? Yes. Persona actually did mention. Sorry. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Bow. Bow City. Bow set. Yeah, I think yeah, probably sound like bow set. I mean I can. Oh yes. Yes, I think they're trying to draw a few characters based on the Mario franchise itself. Pretty cool actually. Yeah, I can see that coming. And I think Shigeru Miyamoto also is kind of triggered. I mean, his child. So anyways, The Walking Dead. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I still can continue with this. I mean, you want to chime? You can chime in actually, no problem. I'll keep in the screenshot. I I don't see I don't see why it's been challenged. Oh my. I think so. Yeah. Notice typing. Let's see. Serious? Serious? Oh my god, I seriously will take down the video and cut out that, edit that part. Yeah, I rather keep it as pure as possible. Unless you two come and shoot me with a copyright strike again. Yeah. Cover. Yeah. Yeah, sure. If okay. That's coming in. Oh, that's a G. Ask. Yeah, it is. It is. Let me just bring out the link. Yeah, there is. There is. Oh. Oh my god. Yeah, it's very cute. Oh my god, the age restriction part. Oops. Yeah, it's pretty. It's. Yeah, it's pretty cute actually, and yeah, I mean, to be honest, I didn't see this coming from. Didn't see this coming at all. It's like someone requested to combine it together, like Princess. Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah.
Round to Bowser, and then the next thing you know, he shows up in the tennis court as Bowser, and well, the rest is history. So.
Oh, okay. No
Yes,
wonder.
and the guy himself, I think he's traumatized now because it's like he didn't expect the whole thing to blow up, but it did, and like after he drew that comic, everyone's like, "Oh, this is an idea." So they drew every single variation they could think of Bowser, and then he went to Japan, and you know when the Japanese they do things, they don't like half up things. So, oh, sorry, my bad. They don't do things in halves. I'm sorry, they
Yeah,
don't do
no
things in
worries.
halves.
Ah.
So that's how the whole thing just really just went, and like it just took off. Like nobody can stop it after that.
Yeah, Twitter kind of blew up after that. Yeah,
Yeah, and I got something else with relation to this topic as well. Like I think it was like a reaction photo of Miyamoto, as in Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy who created Mario.
Yep.
Said he's reacting.
Mm-hmm.
Reacting.
She bring it
I think
up.
in shock. But I need to bring it up, but I don't know where it went to.
Oh.
This is weird. I don't think I shared it. I think it was a friend that shared it. I have to look through my timeline. Yep. But in the meanwhile, I can share something else.
Okay.
It was image
Oh,
address.
Sunny DJ is here though.
Sorry?
Oh, this one. This is even cuter. This is Gombat.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Oh, Gumbetty. That's cute actually. Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah, kawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moods, you should post the original Twitter post here, like just to have, just to. I mean, we could all have a laugh, right?
Yeah, also
right
want, I
now.
want to give credits to those who post. Actually, it's also a good idea to give some credit because if I don't, I think most likely they'll be coming after my.
Oh yes, they will. I will have to link the guy's name at least. I think credit to.
To him.
Wow, his name is just unpronounceable. It's SWDB2C3. Exactly why do you make names like this? I don't like
Yeah, that's the problem. Keep on typing.
yeah, sorry, it's my keyboard. So I'm using mechanical keyboard, so okay, there you go. That's the
SWT.
Yeah, so-
What?
exactly right. You can't read that.
Oh,
Like seriously, Japanese guys, make your name readable for us English speaking people, so we can properly credit you without having to have tongue twister. Like seriously.
yes,
Yeah.
understandable. There is a lot of tongue twister. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me search up. What is? Jesus, what's the name of it? Boozy, yeah.
Oh, Samantha is here.
Samantha's here. Yep.
Hello, so the legend of Mania.
And
Oh my god, that's I just shared up. I just saw. I just searched up for the character, and the first picture came out was really rated as M18. So like, oops, that was a bit.
Oops up there about.
About the trains. This was cute though. This is cute. Let me. Oh shit. God, I hate tweeters.
Whoa! Whose motorbike is in the background trying to crash through?
No smoke. No smoke is. Yep, the internet strikes Mario the world. It's me, Mario. Oh, good lord, why should I do that? Anyways, Bozy has a lot of characters on Twitter. Okay, that's about the train, not no such on that. Because there is a lot of there's a lot of something I'm not supposed to share.
Oh god.
We're going a bit.
Everything's getting dangerous.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no loose stuff here. There, yo. Yeah, I know. My God, my train took off to off. Anyways, any deal? Let's get back to the topic. We went off with the Mario section.
Yep, we did.
Any thoughts on upcoming DLCs for the Top and TWC? I think Top there was a few more songs coming up, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, they posted a schedule. I remember one of us actually shared on this channel. Like, they're going to do a few, about at least 8 more songs over the coming weeks and months, I think. But as to what songs they actually are, I think a lot of them are still marked as question marks. But we already know who's gonna make them.
Yeah, that's
So,
why. And Noah Tua actually did his first song, which is Soda Pop City. It is very nice actually. The song, I love the song actually. It's blowing up. It's also kind of like blowing up on YouTube right now because everyone's been recording the gameplay of it.
Yeah.
It's a very nice song.
Yeah, it's a nice song, I guess. Yes.
Yeah, but
It's probably not up my alley to be honest, personally, but yeah, it's a nice song. Like I was listening to it, I was like, they could Ona Kim probably make this chart like really hard, like to the point where no one can do much. But luckily he didn't go the way of conflict, which is like
oh yes,
it just got everybody conflicted. So yes.
Oh my god, yeah. The second track came out was the Cranky and another guy did the
Siromaru.
Siromaru, yeah.
Yeah, Siromaru.
That track is like all over the net, man. It's like all over rhythm games like what was it, Sound Vortex or whatsoever. It's been all over the other games, so it's kind of like old news for the kind of songs. And I was kind of surprised why did they bring that song to top in the first place when they can play in other rhythm games on mobile actually.
I guess that's the whole point, right? You're trying to draw people from other games, yours,
Yeah.
because you have this song here too, so let's play here too. Kind of how I think the marketing is going, especially because they are releasing this. They released this recently for Japan, so I think they're also trying to pull people from Japan in as well. It's
Yeah.
good. It's nice for them for like familiar territory.
Yes,
Okay.
because since new is based in Korea or Japan? Korea, right? If I'm not wrong.
Neowiz is Korean true and true.
Yeah, it is actually. I just don't-
Yeah, I think I bitched about it before. Like the Japanese translations is like so egregious at times. But yeah,
I
like
mean,
it's really egregious. It's like there are some text that I'm looking at that's like I would never see this if it was natively done in Japan. Like
yeah, understandable
Yeah, but-
because they are from another country, so translation wise, it's kind of like hit and miss, basically.
yeah, it is.
And
This it can't be helped. It can't be helped. They tried their best. I feel
yeah,
tried their best. Yeah.
yeah,
No problem. No, as in, like, it's just a personal nitpick at this point. I think I'm getting a bit grumbly here, but yeah.
yeah, understandable. And
Yeah.
TWC, I mean, there was a new song from TWC, but it's actually from from Respect itself, and it's actually
Respect. Oh, okay.
it's a song from Respect, but it's mostly an event based, which I don't really enjoy doing because with TWC is mainly focused on buying all the songs, and previously you could buy the songs individually. After that, New is changed over to pack per pack basis, and you have to buy a diamond first, and then you can buy the pack. So it kind of like throw players off the rails, and everyone was kind of like up in arms for that. And Newies actually turned back the decision and actually make the purchasing of the songs individually, which is actually pretty cool of them doing that.
I guess, yeah, as in, everyone's used to one thing, so it's like, and especially since if you can't buy songs in like individually, people will start going like, why do we have to pay more just to get new content? Which is like, as in, like, it's kind of like forcing people to buy a meal instead of a la carte, I guess.
Yeah, that's
Like when you just want the fries and then you end up having to eat the entire meal, it's like not fun. It's like
yeah.
I'm getting full of carbs for no reason. So I think that's the whole point of going out in arms. Yeah.
That's why
It's
a lot of people was like really making a lot of complaints about it. And speaking of DLCs, actually, if you played Latonia? Sorry, Latonia. Yeah, I want to mention that game. Have you played that?
No. You have to spell it out for me so I can like.
Let me get it out. Latonia.
Yep.
It's a very fun game, but also this actually popped up in my
Oh,
my
Lenovo?
Latonia. Yeah. It's a very it's also a fun game. Right? In this news, it's not really a news, but also like a Facebook group. Someone brought it up about a song that was in the Latonia storyline for a very long time, and out of nowhere, the developer decided to ask the artist to cut out a part of a song because it had offensive language inside.
Oh.
So
That's a bit.
yeah, I find it a bit harsh in terms of because it was in there for so long, and out of nowhere, people start complaining about it and saying that you should just remove that part of the song or remove entirely because of a part of an offensive section.
I'm looking at it right now. Of
Yeah.
what? Lyrics, right?
Yeah, the lyrics for a song. If I can bring it up, actually, let me search on YouTube. What was the
Like if I could get an idea of how like where it was offensive, then maybe yes, I could.
yeah. Let's search on. Let's. Latonia. I forgot the name actually.
Oh, Latonia.
Yeah, it's by an artist that is pretty popular in 2DX. Latonia. Let me see. Not this song.
Oh, 2DX.
Yeah, it was a song. I couldn't remember who's the artist right now. Oh my god.
When you need to remember things and then suddenly just like you just bring dirt and stuff like that.
Yes. That's
Yeah, it happens all the time. It's like
yeah,
once you're past a certain age, that happens to the best of us.
that's the thing.
Especially
Yeah, what you say? Let me just get this. This one.
okay, let's see. Hmm. Which one is the song title? The soul part or the massive part?
The Soul Lima is what is
Soul-
Soul Lima. It's
I think
translated.
Spanish.
Solimar.
It's actually Spanish. It's translated as I think
Sun and something.
Sun and Sea. Actually, Sun and Sea. When I
Right. Okay. It's very nice.
Solimar or Solimar?
I think it's Soimar. Soimar.
Oh.
I think No Smoke. Have
Do you
you?
guys know Demo?
Oh, cool. Demo, actually. Yeah, I actually like Demo. Demo's a fun game, but it kind of like top like TWC as well. You have to buy the DLCs as packages.
Yeah, you're gonna buy all the songs.
I mean, I completed Demo a way
You're
back.
gonna buy the full version though.
No wonder. Actually, I played Demo back then. I completed the game, and they were like, "Oh, you have completed the game? Well done. Now it's time for you to buy the DLCs." Wow.
Yeah. And the PS4 too, the new Demo.
On the is it on the Switch or is it on the PS4? Was it on the Switch?
I think it was on Switch. You mean Demo, right?
Demo, yes, Demo. DEE.
Demo is on Switch.
Oh yeah, it was on Switch. After the Switch came out, everyone started porting their game to Switch. Right.
Yep.
So this this song was actually pretty like I said earlier, it was a part of a song which is pretty offensive. So Latonia has to remove the part of the song, and I've searched around for the new song that was edited into Latonia, but for some reason I couldn't find it at all. So I think no one recorded the gameplay. Yeah, but yes.
Wait, this other song in GP is Conflict in Demo, right?
Conflict. Yeah, I think Conflict was added in Demo as well, but it was I think it was
Yes.
it was something like.
In TSGP.
I have not played Demo for a while now since I last completed the game.
Me too. I get bored.
That's the problem with some of the rhythm games that I mean after you completed or after you like love this song for so long, if you let's say you play for a lot of times, it gets to the point of like it's very stale and it doesn't feel like fun anymore.
Yes, I agree. I want some real games or something like that.
Sorry?
Don't bother.
Yo, your dog is being really loud in the background. Is it being excited or something?
I think probably.
It's like, why are you on the broadcast? Get off it now. Is that what he's trying to say? I hope not.
I hope not. Oh my god, that's gonna be awkward though. Anyway, in the
Oh, now he's just silent the whole thing. Okay, just fix it, like, oh, please, like. I think I think it's for some of us, like the Discord sometimes fails us so badly, like.
yeah,
It probably is not being as powerful as like say the other more dedicated one, the like sound services like
what was it?
I already forgot the name. TeamSpeak.
TeamSpeak was one of them. TeamSpeak.
Yeah, TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak is dedicated sound, so you can't actually like chat and stuff like that. But well, it has some charms. I used to be on a FPS group that uses sound chat the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly just to blow each other up and laugh about it, I guess.
Oh my god. Understandable. Anyways, and the next topic I want to talk about is Telltale's. They are actually pulling out their final season of Walking Dead off from sales, and as we all, I think some of us knew that Telltales will be shutting down. I think they shut down recently. And
Yeah, very soon.
very soon.
Too
And
bad.
yeah, it's sad because actually Telltale is not a bad developer. They have done a few games based on current games like Borderlands, Batman, Walking Dead, what was another one? The popular series I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Dang it.
Was it The Wolf Among Us
Oh
or?
yes, The Wolf Among Us was also quite popular as well. It's like
Yeah.
everything about Telltales was like they touch something, it's like like a goal. You'll turn gold instantly. They were good, but I mean they are also doing based on this. From what I read recently, it's more like they're doing per episode basis instead of completing one complete season. So I think it's kind of like that's what throw them into financial limbo.
I would actually beg to differ on that. Like, the latest reports I read says that they were actually kind of screwed over by one of their investors because okay, you know Lionsgate, like these guys who do like movies.
Yeah,
I think you heard of them.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
correct.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, you know correct.
But can you-
Por, por favor. I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. Like, you have to type it out. Yeah. Oh, pop champ.
But,
Tokyo Rex. What's that? Sorry, I have to go like Google. This is emergency Google time. Give me a sec. Like Tokyo Rex. Oh, what is that? Like, okay. Oh, it's a YouTuber. What do you talk about? YouTuber. I'm gonna add that in as well.
yeah, sure.
And nothing came out.
They
Like,
always
Sorry.
no.
they always report the new anime or something big.
Like,
I have no idea what they have to do with Lionsgate or Telltale Games, but we'll talk about that later on. Like, okay, so basically back to Lionsgate for a bit. So basically, let's just Google. Okay, now that I'm on Google, might as well just do it, right? Like Lionsgate movie. I kind of forgot what they did. Like, just out of nowhere, like they did. The Hunger Games, I guess. Yes, the Hunger Games. They're part of like there's a movies company. So basically, they are investing in Telltale Games because, as we know, for the longest time, Telltale Games they don't actually do games. They do more like what I would consider more like visual novel style storytelling, except that everything's a bit more dynamic in a sense.
yeah. It's like,
So, and as in this aesthetic is the thing that sets Telltale apart from the entire industry in a sense, and that's why it has its niche. But what happened was that Lionsgate had a few deals. Like, say they're saying we're gonna do this like franchise thingy with you guys, so we're gonna invest some money with you. But then Telltale started running into these problems, right? Like with money and like started laying off employees last year. 90 people went out of Telltale's. But even after this restructuring, they still couldn't get their act together. So I almost used a bad one. I'm so sorry.
oops.
Yes. Yeah, you know the bad word. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, I understand.
So basically, yeah. So basically, they couldn't get it together, and they tried to go for another round investing, like what they call an investment round, where basically it's basically just them saying, okay, we need a little bit more money to get our everything going, so that we can pay everyone on time and everybody happy and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then Lionsgate was like, nope, I'm done with you guys. Bye. And then it's because of that Telltale was like, well, dang it, you know, like like they couldn't survive, like because without Lionsgate, like a lot of the other investors will be like, oh, shaky confidence, and we don't know if you want to invest in you. We don't know where it's stable anymore. So
Yeah.
before the other investors to say that, like Telltale's topmost business management is just like, okay, that's it, we're done. We can't do this anymore. So that's how the news came. That's how we get to see like Telltale saying, okay, we are done with this and stuff like that.
Mm.
Yes, a crying shame, I would say.
Yeah, it's
It's not.
totally, it's totally correct. Shit. Because yeah, it's like a building brick. Like you just let go one brick and everything starts falling down. That's how like a effect.
It's something to do with the fact that they're too niche actually. Like what's happening with Telltale, in my opinion, is that they are not competing with fellow game developers. Because as you can see, they are not actually like I think I said this once, but they are not actually making games. They're making what I call like kinetic visual novels.
Yeah, definitely.
Like because you get to play a little bit of things, but you're actually still playing a visual novel, in a sense.
Yeah, that's definitely that's an also there were not much people were into it, even though there was a lot of critics saying that it was a great game, but they couldn't find the audience in terms of their games because, well, like you say, it's a bit too niche to some people, and some people may not like it. Like I myself don't even like to play some of the games because I do find it a bit too niche, and I think it's something like they step into the water and yeah, they just don't suit for most of the people.
Yeah, it's what they're aiming for is that very small section that really likes their storytelling, but also wants to play for a little bit. Like most of us gamers will say like dirty casuals.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
but yeah, it's basically that crowd that they're aiming for. But that crowd is actually vanishingly small. Like, as in of 2018, you can't really imagine like a crowd that will say, let's say we are like, all working and I was come back from like work, we're all tired already. It's either Netflix or Telltale game. I think most people will choose Netflix over a Telltale game because it's like a Telltale game you still have to like twiddle the thumb. Oh no, I pressed something wrong. Oh no, my experience is ruined. I'm gonna cast this controller aside and watch like Mukuro on Netflix. Does not I don't have to like spend time fiddling on a game. Which is what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's just too small. Like, and they're still, but we can't deny that Telltale actually blazed the trail. Like it's something for the future. But they are way too ahead of their time, and they couldn't find that sweet spot to market to people.
Yeah, that's
Like, okay. Just the last bit that if they were aiming for something interactive, like say for example, like I'm thinking they could have done better if they were doing this for VR, for example.
yeah.
Like, cause you can have little kids, maybe have little kids interact with story and stuff like that. But that's not what they were going after. They were going for an authentic storytelling experience, and it's just kind of sad to say it's not everyone's alley.
Definitely, because
Yeah.
like you say, it's true, and I mean, it's pretty niche, and yeah, it's growing smaller, and I mean, excuse me, some of the casual players also would now play like I would say Minecraft and Fortnite, PUBG, whatsoever. It's kind of something like that kind of games will kind of like entice the younger crowd. For Telltale games, not really, even though their ratings are lower.
Right.
And there was also a few reports saying that they didn't, like you say, they didn't pay the staff, and now they are actually going ahead with a class action lawsuit. So, yikes!
That is going to cost a lot. It's going to put them in even more dire straits than we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Because this class action lawsuit could potentially shut everything down before the last bit is about to be done. Like, I think they're saying they're going to complete like whatever they have already done for
the last two
stories.
episodes. Yeah.
Yes, the last two episodes, and that could actually be in danger because if it's class action lawsuits we're talking about, it's going to deprive them of money that they don't already have. In this case, but in Telltale's case, it's just tragic because they simply do not have the money to pay everyone at this point. Is how I view the situation, which is why they were so hasty about it. Like normally if you say a shutdown, right? Like the last time a major developer shut down, it was, as I recall, it was THQ. That was
Yes,
quite a number of years back.
THQ was
And-
the biggest the last biggest studio to shut down before they were bought. Their trademark and the name was bought up by another company.
Yeah, I kind of forgot which company that was. Was it Blizzard? Was it Blizz shit again? I don't know. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't have a good relationship with Blizzard. Just saying, but that's another story for another. Yeah, which company was it? It was not Nordic. I think it was some like subsidiary, like some of his ex-employees actually
Yeah,
formed another company and bought some rights to some of the stuff, and then they sold the rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
THQ, in that case, they actually had they was like, okay, we're gonna shut down now, and it's like everyone was like, oh, just like right now with Telltales. But
Yep.
unlike Telltales, they actually had like a roadmap for shutting down everything. Like they, at the very least, if THQ went out of market, it's like
Yeah, they were like,
2-3 months, yeah.
they were like backing out as like, yeah, we will go off the market first and we'll slowly shut down ourselves before anything goes wrong.
And all the IPs they had, they actually just kind of like, okay, this IP goes here, the IP goes there.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a bit of our money back, and then everyone else gets a little bit of this money, and then we'll go all separate. This THQ. So at
Yeah.
least that was pretty. But this one is not pretty.
You know,
No
it's
matter
pretty,
how you slice it.
yeah, it's pretty messy, and it was actually it's kind of a surprise to some people. But I do not see this as a surprise. I see it as coming. It is really it's like I see it coming from a mile away because I know this kind of the kind of games will not succeed to the point of like for years to come.
It's not going to, but the more important thing here is the suddenness of the whole thing that's just
Yeah.
caught everyone off guard, because everyone was like, okay, this is a sinking ship, but no one's expecting that hole to be like
To
bigger than a building. Like they're probably expecting a small hole, but the hole is actually like you're probably expecting like a 10 cm hole that's going to eventually sink the ship, but it turns out to be like something like 100 meters, and it's like everyone's like, oh, why is this sinking so fast?
yeah,
And nobody had any idea how to get out of it. And
and,
then a lot of people got hurt, and all crying, and class action lawsuits and stuff like that. This is really,
yeah.
this is not.
It's really unpleasant to see in terms of the public eyes because it's ouch.
It's just it's not just ouch. It's just like, as in if you're saying ouch, it's because like it's kind of like you're stepping on the Lego, and at least you can oh, this is like it's inevitable. It's so small, so I feel hurt about it. But this one is literally just like typing no click and gravity max into a console, and then it just fall all the way down the map.
Yeah,
That's kind of how I feel. There we go.
I think that's how like one of the game consoles maker also went into the same boat. That they when they first came out, I think it was the 3DO. The 3DO, if you remember.
The 3DO. I have to search that again. Oh no, how many Google thingies do I have to search? Like 3DO console, right? Looking at it right now.
Yeah, and the 3DO, the Dreamcast,
Mhm.
like the Dreamcast was also kind of like sort of that mess because Sega themselves brought into themselves to this.
Sega's case is. Oh, let's just talk about the general history of how companies screw themselves over. So Sega
Yes.
tried to compete. Okay, so basically Sega was okay. This is for the kids actually. So before you guys know, like Sony for PlayStation and Nintendo and what was it? Xbox and
Yes.
and what else? Are there other companies? I don't remember. But okay, basically before this company came in, there was Sega.
Neo Geo, yes. Mood mentioned Neo Geo, yes. Neo Geo was also very
Oh my goodness, SNK Neo Geo, yes, but that one was very.
old.
We can even talk about Wonder Swan if you want to go there. But
Yeah.
let's just focus on Sega for now. Like
Yeah.
we could probably bring the other topics on another episode, but
Mm,
let's see. Okay, Sega. So basically, they had a console. It's called the Sega Saturn.
yes.
So basically, it was one of the more successful consoles of the 1990s, alongside the SNES and later on the PlayStation 1,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, they actually belong to the same generation. A lot of people don't actually realize that. But yes, they belong
Yes,
to the same
yes.
generation. And what happened was there was a two then three-way fight between these three companies, Nintendo,
Mm-hmm.
Sega, and Sony for the home console market because as at the point of time everyone was like, okay, let's just play games at home. So everyone's like, okay, let's just do that. What Sega did was they really ramped up the technical capabilities of the console for the Saturn, and so theoretically, you can produce a lot more powerful games on that console.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
only problem was the technical side and technical people who could actually work on the Saturn were in short supply. There was nobody who was going to develop on it because it was just simply too new and no one knows what they were up to. Last time, okay, here's another thing. Like normally when we talk about 3D figures, we talk about triangles and
Yeah.
sometimes we talk about quads. So basically, what Sega did was force everyone into like using quads. So people who were used to the way of like, okay, let's draw one triangle by one triangle by one triangle for our models, suddenly had to deal with this quad thing, and they were not at all happy because it's just so confusing and so hard to implement. So it so that side they screwed over the developers. So not a lot of developers want to make anything too complex in the first place. So that's one thing. The other thing was there were rumblings within the company that was like, okay, let's not do this consulting because it just seems like it's not worth the effort. Some people are going like, wait, but there was a bit of a pushback back in the day.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a struggle, like at the point of time, but they still managed to compete until they decided, okay, we cannot do the Satan anymore because like it's not really a lot of people onboarding. Like so years go by, people don't really want to go on board now. So they want to release something that was really new and fancy in the market. So in came the Dreamcast, which was supposed to be like solving all these problems, like going to make things a little bit easier for everyone. There's internet now; we can play on the internet, and that was, I think, the PS1 also tried to get on board that afterwards. I don't remember who came first, like to be honest, for that one. But I know that the Dreamcast definitely did try to support online. So that, and then what happened was something changed in the company. The long and short of the story that I know of is that someone died. He was probably the one who was heading up Sega across the world, and he died. So in came a new guy, and this new guy came in. First thing he says, let's cut off all the businesses that are not earning us so much money, mainly the console business, and focus on the ones that are actually earning us more money. In Sega's case, Sega of Japan's case, is the
Dreamcast.
pachinko market,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pachinko markets.
which people don't know what pachinko is. Just think of it as like pinball that you can't control. Yeah, basically
definitely.
that's the long and short of it. Yeah, it's that. So with that, they said, okay, we will just get out of the market. But they actually had one of the best consoles on at all time. And because of this one decision, they single-handedly brought down their own software IPs along with their hardware. Somehow, I don't understand how this actually happened, but basically they screwed up their software side, namely with Sonic the Hedgehog, which is their biggest thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They did.
Along with everything, and it's almost like they are trying to alternate F4 the entire thing on video games or something like that. But
Yeah.
and that's what we see right now, like the whole mess, like with Sonic. Like Sonic used to be like this really good platforming character on par with Mario, but now he's like a side character. You might see him from time to time in other Nintendo games, but
Yeah.
and maybe sometimes on the PC as well. But every time he comes on, everyone thinks of two things. One, it's a furry game. Second thing, why is this platformer so shitty? Oh, I'm sorry, I did that again, but yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. But
Yeah.
but basically, everyone's complaining that nothing of the old Sonic is there after 2000.
It's,
So that's why you're seeing such a sad state of affairs right now. And that's the end of the whole console about Sega anyway. So
yeah. Actually, I would chime in for a bit for a few information about the Saturn. The Saturn actually was kind of like also one thing also is that internally, Sega America and Sega Japan was kind of like fighting each other internally, basically.
Yes.
And what
They're
happened?
totally fighting each other. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, I forgot about that part. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no
So
worries.
now it's up to you. Yep.
No worries. And what happened was, Sega Japan wanted to push the Saturn, but the American side was like, no. I would rather held back the console itself, and I rather focus on the Genesis first, because the Saturn, from what I read from some of the video histories of the Saturn, was that the Americans wanted to postpone the release of the Saturn because it was not ready. And the Japan was like, nah, I'm not listening to you guys Americans. I would just push the console itself. So Japan came out the console first, and the console kind of like flop. And also there was one technical issue with the Saturn, was that originally the console was supposed to be a 2D powerhouse console. And because Sony came out with the shiny PlayStation, at the last minute they said, let's add a second CPU. They'll make it more powerful. Guess what? They screwed themselves up again. That's it.
The whole technical part, yes.
Yeah, so they kind of like screw themselves and they just stick the screws up to their butts and basically say, haha.
Dude, 12 plus.
Oops, I went overboard, but
We keep going there, goodness me. Okay. Yes,
yeah.
basically, that was... And the 3DO tried to come in a bit earlier in this situation. I'm reading out the history now. But yeah, it came in at, from what I've seen so far, it pretty much came in at the wrong time. As in, like, it didn't really have anything that like distinguished itself from, let's say, it's almost like what if I buy a Nintendo? I've got so much games to play on it. What if I buy a Sega? There's so many games. So basically, it's entered the market at a really bad time. The PlayStation offered something different from everyone else.
Yep, definitely.
And that was a CD system.
Oh yes.
It was yes. It's the CD-ROM system that actually got everyone else on board, because it's like cartridges had very limited memory space. For those of you who don't know, cartridges typically they can only contain about like a few like megabytes, like tens of I think 16 or 32 megabytes of information. It's probably enough for four MP3 songs, but that's it. Yes, that's all you have for game development, and that's not nearly enough. So it was like, but I want to develop something like a little bit flashier, better, with more graphics and more content. So Sony was actually approached Nintendo and said, hey, can you guys help us with the games thing? We are a little bit new to this business and stuff. And with the goodwill, last time, Nintendo was like, okay, sure, we'll help you guys. So this is all part of history that people don't know, but PlayStation was in part helped along by Nintendo. So basically, yes. But at the very last minute, they decided not to, because Nintendo decided to pull out. As I recall, Nintendo decided to pull out because they found out later on that Sony was actually working with another company to do the CD drive thingy. So Nintendo was like, "Oh, you guys betray us. They're not going to help you anymore." So they just pulled out. And then from then on, they were enemies, that kind of thing. And then Sony was like, "Well, we've got this thing on our hands now. We gotta push it out somehow." So they did push it out anyway, and they became the third company right now. The third point in the triangle. Like, we've always had a triangle. Like, since 2000, we've always had a triangle of companies.
Yeah, definitely.
Where Sega used to be, that's now where Microsoft is. And that Microsoft story is another whole 1 hour of discussion. But let's not do that now. I think it's like 9. Oh dear, it's like 9 already.
Yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, it's more interesting.
Yeah, the Nintendo and Sony part was, from what I read, was about Nintendo as well. Because that was one of the reasons why Nintendo pulled out, because Nintendo has no control over the CD rights. The CD,
right.
In terms of distribution, the controls and everything, Nintendo was like, Sony was like, hands off. You are not controlling anything, because they have all rights to the CD instructions and everything. So Nintendo's like taking it's like in the back seat of the car, and Sony's in the front seat racing like a madman driving down the highway. So yeah, that's kind of thing. Because Nintendo, it was known as an iron fist. Basically, they want everything in their control. So that's the reason why also Nintendo pulled it out in the last minute. And actually, they went ahead and worked with Philips on the CDI.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Yes, I kept forgetting the company, but it was Philips, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Philips. Nintendo went to Philips, but the deal also fell off. But the funny part of the deal was that Philips has all rights to the Nintendo character, so that's where all the CDI crappy games came out from Nintendo.
Oh no, let's not talk about Link from that time. Let's just forget that was part of Nintendo's history. Those Link, we are talking about those Link games, right? Those very, very bad Link games that became games. Like yeah, there's Link, Philips, yeah. Was it Zelda? Philips? I'm sorry, I thought Link. Philips CDI. Yes, this one. Let's see. I'm just gonna paste like one example of a terrible image onto the chat, just so we know what we are talking about. And here we go. Terrible. There.
Holy! Oh my god! Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, this because what happened was Nintendo wasn't involved with this. Philips actually outsourced this to another company for doing all these crappy animations. So yeah, it was.
And now
it's sort of like now in Nintendo history, but not. Wait a minute. Why?
It's a peripheral thing. I don't think they even want to be part of this history. It's like we didn't do anything in this. Like that's probably what Nintendo's gonna say. What's happened to your mic? Oh wait.
No, I have.
Oh, I thought you were on silence.
I have to mute.
But yes, I see. Okay, well, then I'll fill the airspace for it. Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, this was terrible. This was absolutely trash. Like nobody in their right mind will probably link Nintendo to this. So that's probably Nintendo's saving grace. Case. Like seriously, who would actually look at this now? It's so bad, it's good. It's become a meme in itself. Like I think like some time ago, for a period of time, people were like using it as memes. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually the whole thing is a meme in itself. Okay. But yes, the terrible, yeah, that's just one dark page in the history of Zelda, and everyone can just like safely ignore these days. Yay! Won't think about it. But yeah. And I see Key is still kind of silent for a bit, so I'm just gonna fill the airspace with a little bit more. I'm not sure if his podcast is like gone already or something like that, but I'm just gonna pretend that his podcast is still on, so I'm just gonna talk about. Oh, let's see. Besides Zelda, there are a few more CDI games that they did, as I recall, but I have to search. Oh, what's he saying? Oh, podcast is dead. Oh, cool. Then I have to talk anymore. Yay! But I just pretended it's still on for a bit, like just to end things up on the CDI. I think the last thing, as a responsible quasi podcaster, I suppose. CDI games. Let's talk about CDI games then. Apparently, there's Hotel Mario. Wait, what? There's a thing called Hotel Mario. Is it like Hotel California with? It's not that, right? It's not that. Okay, thank the good heavens it's not that, but it's something far more horrible apparently. Yeah, the imagery is like it's nowhere. Yeah, it's probably by the same company, but let's see. New horrible image, terrible image,
let's
incredible image.
Oh, buddy. Okay, let's change topic before everyone goes to sleep because I have seen the chat everyone's bored.
Oh no, the histories are not for everyone. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But yes.
Omar, you want to on your mic or something? Because yeah, you should on your mic actually. And
we are on podcast. Apparently, he's dead.
yes.
Is it dead actually?
I don't know.
Oh man.
I think he's seeing because we're talking histories.
Oh yeah, we've gone so far off into history. So, terrible image of Bowser, says Moot.
No, no.
Yes, actually, just bring it on. Like, I
Uh.
don't mind terrible things to talk about.
Okay, Mood,
just-
turn on your mic.
Don't
and
say
do it.
yes. Just
in.
paste it.
That's supposed to.
Moot, just paste it. Go on, we are expecting it.
Oh, Omar's watching a movie. What is this movie?
What's really? Well, how do you know he's watching? Oh wait, okay. I was like, how would you know?
Because I'm looking at the charts. Emergency Google time. Sure, bring it up, man. Bring it up, man.
Just do it. We're on Bowser, and we can talk about Bowser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Can you imagine they put it in like
Save
dude,
forward.
this
save
is a
forward,
12 plus. Yeah, say forward, please.
Save forward.
So 12 plus. Keep it 12 plus. I've gone 16 plus a number of times already. Let's not keep preaching that. You know, like a lot of us just say safe forward, but secretly we probably want to look for the not safe forward version. But just ask him like in private later, guys. So we can do that. Or just put it in another channel that is not in the podcast right now, so it'll be safe for everybody. Yeah. Maybe we should ask like Gucci to actually make a channel for not safe for work stuff. I think he'll probably say no. I think he'll probably say no.
Straight to our face. Yeah, definitely is a no.
Yes. If it's no, then I probably make my own server and then put it there. No, that's an idea, right? Or what is this?
Jazz Sawyer. So, oh my god, Omar with. Oh my god, Omar, turn on
Omar.
your. Omar's watching a movie, so you can't turn on the mic.
Exactly what the heck is this again? Can someone tell me? I don't understand what this is referring to at all.
I think it's more a reference of like playing an instrument, but you have no money to pay for instruments, so you're gonna play the fire hydrant style. More like that reference. Oh my god.
Oh, that is terrible in its own way, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Maybe we should end the podcast now, so we could talk about things tomorrow or some other time. I don't know.
Yeah, if
We
anyone
could. The format of this podcast needs to be changed. We need to revise it a little bit more, maybe, because like
definitely.
if it's just Tap Sonic, yeah, my feeling is that if it's just Tap Sonic stuff, we're probably gonna run out of content in like. If we do this like once, like if we just do this like twice a week, we're gonna run out by week 1, because Tap Sonic. Okay, there are things we could talk about Tap Sonic,
but,
like character builds, but
oh yeah, definitely.
we could talk about character builds, but what the characters' relations are in respect to the current meta. But other than that, I don't know. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. This realize, like I have mentioned, I think way earlier. It's just like a test pilot. It's like a test. This is like a test podcast, so I don't know how it's going to turn out, anyways. But I also wanted to get everyone's opinion in the server itself because, yeah, I mean, it's
yeah.
Where did Bowser even came from? Like, I think you want to recap again what you said earlier on about Bowser or something?
We could recap again.
Yeah.
But what exactly do we want to recap?
Omar wanted to recap on where the even Bowser came from.
Oh, okay. We'll just go back to the first. Okay.
Yeah.
The short story. Someone posted a webcomic, depicting a scenario where Peach rejected both Mario and Bowser. So what happened was Mario passed on the crown to Bowser, which was meant for Toadette to put on herself so she could become Peach. And as it turned out, Bowser became this sexy lady, big bone lady, you know? And everyone's imaginations got wild after that. Then Japan's imagination got wild and everything exploded.
Yes, and yep, Mood actually has sent a link. Peach.
And sweetest story 2018. Bowser becomes women to take over the internet.
Oh, this new
Uh.
picture. Can I send it straight to?
I think Mood posted a link just now, but I'm good. Yeah, this guy. Basically, Ike92. Is that how you pronounce the name? Ike92?
Oh, let me just look it up.
Yep.
Ike 92. Joked. Okay, that's that.
That's my Switch almost fell.
No, just call the guy. Haiwa. Okay, hi. Sorry.
Haniwa? Haniwa, I think. Yeah.
Haniwa.
There's actually a follow-up comic to this one. Let me just try to look for that parody. Luigi parody. What was that again?
He's from Malaysia. Okay. Hello, neighbor. He's from Malaysia.
Oh, here. It's so easy to find these things. Let's see. Copy image, paste. By who? By Rakugai. And this is the follow-up, like the quasi follow-up.
Okay, well then,
Yeah.
Crap, my
Basically.
OBS is crapping out again. Dang it. I hate OBS. Why is this? Sorry here. Okay, so I have the Twitter link on screen right now, and OBS is being a crap right now. OBS hates me half the time. That's my cool guy. Oh my god, this is a continuation.
Yeah. But it's not by the same guy. It's like someone just did a fan art of a fan art, which is not unprecedented, but Oh, this is Boozet.
Boozy. See, you might want to look it up yourself, Omar, because it's going to be the not safe for work section already. So look it up yourself.
Yeah.
Don't come and find me if you find it very offensive, because I've warned you already.
Wait, is this supposed to offend anyone? Question mark.
I don't think so. Maybe someone sing no. No smoke. You were supposed to sing. If not, we can turn off the podcast. Everyone mute their mic and you sing. Why not?
Oh, we could always sing Marikita.
Oh.
Oh wait. No, not a good idea. Not a good idea. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Welcome.
Not a good idea. About.
Oh.
I don't really want to go contravene our laws. I think there was a law that says if we butcher the song in any way, we're going to get arrested. Is that how it goes?
In Singapore?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Singapore. Like if we butcher the Marikita song, like our national song, we're going to get arrested or something.
Wow.
But then that doesn't explain. That doesn't explain all the Singapore National Day songs, because we essentially butchered like the national song the whole time there,
Ouch.
right?
I have not even heard of that law before, so it's like, oh my god, what?
Omar.
Nuts. It is.
Look that up yourself, bro. Look that up yourself.
It is nuts. Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, don't read that. Don't read that out loud. My goodness.
I almost did. Dang it.
I think our whole night is like punctuated by attempts not to violate YouTube censors.
Yeah.
This.
Come on, Omar, don't post it. You're gonna get warned by Oops here. And Oops was.
Oh, Oops is here. No. Oh no, he's away. Look at the yellow thing.
She left already. She left the chat like a while back, so she's not going to monitor us or something. But I think she's going to see the chat. It's a
Oops,
she.
is a girl or a guy?
It's a she. She posted a selfie before though, didn't she?
She did.
I think she did.
We'll show that to the podcast another time.
No, we don't have the.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I'm not gonna.
I was just kidding. Like, half the time I say things, I'm just kidding around. Don't take me that seriously.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give you the quote of kidding.
No, there's no air quotes around this. I'm really kidding. I'm really kidding.
Bud,
There's no air
come
quotes,
on.
please.
Bud, turn on your mic, bud. Come on, turn on your mics. 10 hours later.
10 hours.
Oh my god.
Oh no, we're just laughing at everything now. So it's probably a good time to end this podcast, but we're still having it on YouTube. Okay, so maybe we should have you do the ending address. So
Okay, so yep. Thank you. How to pronounce your name? Sorry, Persona.
Personia.
Persona.
Just say Paso if you really can't get it right. It's okay.
Thank you, Paso, for joining the podcast, which is a very butchered podcast.
I think I had a huge part to play in this butchering, right? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's like you say, it's a test. It's like a testing waters on this.
Yeah, we're testing water.
Yeah.
Very awkward podcast. Yes, it is.
Very awkward. When's the next podcast? You have no idea. I'll have to discuss with the rest of the.
We'll have to figure out something. I think we could have some very deep discussions on how to bring this forward.
Yeah, actually, I brought up to Mami earlier on, and I forgot that he's not a mod anymore. My apologies. I keep forgetting he's not a mod anymore. Oh my god, I should brought up to Oops about this. Because I also want to really make this like not like a weekly, not a daily thing. Daily I'll be flat on the ground. I'll be so tired after work. But it's more like
let's not do daily.
Yeah, it's more like a weekly or sort of like. We also can do a rotation style of hosts actually, so it's way better than I am doing myself and like it's like I'm gonna be burning myself out for this.
Oh yeah. Well, we could always rotate. Yes, I mean I could always do a 15-minute section on something.
Yeah,
something.
Definitely. I mean, we have to do also a timestamp for this, which I think a lot of podcast streamers do this. Actually, I should have done that myself. Oh my god, this was an idea that came out during my work.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, timestamping that. I mean, we're being a meta by discussing timestamping on a podcast, but timestamping. That's if we have like not really a schedule going on, I guess. Like we could, if it's like, okay, these are the points, and we're going to progress through them without deviating from the topic. That actually takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good. It's pretty good for a first podcast. But yeah, like what No Smoke say, it was a bit awkward. But yeah, it's kind of like a good start from this point on, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, because
I think we could do a lot more.
Sorry.
We could do a lot more of this.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I'm going to torture everyone with discussions on how this or that character is not supposed to be in the meta but is now.
Yes.
I've got a lot to talk about like with characters, so
definitely. And
is everyone ready?
No smoking. Come on, you should sing. No smoking. You should sing.
Sing what? My voice. I do not have my what do you call it? The bottom part of your stomach where all the energy comes up. I don't really know what's that called, but basically I'm supposed to bring energy up from that, but it's all covered by fats now, so I can't sing like that, you know. No, and what? Who? NS? Who's NS?
No smoking. Podcast should interlude. Podcast interlude should have this podcast. No smoking saying yes. Actually, why not? We go end here. Thank you, Pastor, for joining in, and thank you everyone who has been watching the podcast. And it's kind of awkward, anyways, but it is a first test. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next podcast. Probably, I got no idea when is the next one.
Anyways, socialize the saying this. Bye.
Bye. Have a good day. See ya.